What's popping, my royal tea addicts? It's your boy Ben back with some of the hottest tea that's going to scald some of the royal tongues, for sure. Explosive drama between Prince Harry and his ravenous wife, Meghan, that makes all their past squabbles look like child's play. Buckle up, because this is a scorcher. Apparently, some legendary royal insider got their mitts on actual CCTV footage from one of Harry and Meghan's California compounds. What's clear is that those snippets of toxic marital hell that were caught on tape show why divorce is inevitable for these two mismatched arena snakes. So, guys, I know you are very excited to know more about this, but before moving on with more details, I would like to give a huge thanks from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support. And, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just go ahead and do it right now, and remember to press the important bell icon, guys. So, today, let's go ahead with the video. We're talking about the kind of unhinged emotionally abusive blowout that would make even hardened gangsters cringe secondhand. Meghan at her frothing banshee finest, completely unraveled, and urged her hapless cabana husband to shreds. She slays through that of a god knows what paranoid delusion. She absolutely, totally let him have it, with the most scorching litany of grievances and emasculating put-downs you've ever heard. And what's Prince's pussy whip's response to the shocking tape? He just takes it lying down like the gutless simp he's devolved into. No fighter spirit, no self-respect to stand up for himself against her insane tantrums. Harry just sat here with that dazed look on his face, taking verbal lashing after verbal lashing from the shrill monster he stupidly married. Sorry, but to watch this video evidence was the scale of emotional abuse and toxicity that prevailed in their household. Healthy partners could carry on after such a public disgrace. No misrepresentation right here, no taking the comment out of the earshot. Instead, we are looking at the raw, unfiltered underbelly of Meghan's tyrannical reign of narcissistic terror over her pitiful hostage of a spouse. The true kicker right here is that the hypocritical blow-up was even Harry's originally, the one and only real survey he was displaying a sullery shred of backbone of as he was visiting the UK. To wit, apparently, Meg's was attempting to hold Brent off the scripting of yet another new bombshell for the Cook prince to dump on his cancer-stricken daddy or cherished sister-in-law. Typical harebrained media publicity crap she's always prodding him into. Thus so pulling. But for once, even the commercial-grade castrati apology Harry could scent the depraved optic of profiting off his family destruction for your PR stunts, so he drew up a line opposing being so publicly disrespectful and acutely embarrassing to the few family members still returning his phone's calls. So weird. Figured he still had one last flicker of human decency glowing in that husk where his self-regard used to be. Somewhat shocking, Meghan organized into another molten wrath fest at her defiant little toddler. That's when she stirred into him with a stream of verbal and emotional attacks that would make Maleficent the Mistress of Darkness have blushed, a genuine heat-seeking bombardment of slicing put-downs and demonization moved straight to the Narcissistic Abuse Handbook. Chances are she chided him about it all, examining every little bonus point insecurity about his virility in the book. Every single emotional castration method meant to grind a man's morale into the dust if he doesn't comply. And, obviously, the probable reason for her utterly unbalanced, profanity-filled rage was the fact that Meghan's delusional ego had its core brutally damaged by the humiliating image she invented in her head. She couldn't bear the thought of Harry crawling back to Britain without a new spectacle of drama to affirm his allegiance without, thus derailing whatever perverted omnipotence narrative she's been furiously cultivating all these years. Only a true malignant narcissist could possibly ramp up the vindictiveness to such disturbing heights over nothing more than a spouse's partial lack of compliance. From the footage I've seen, at a few points, Harry seemed to weakly try to calm the barrage whenever Meghan paused for breath, but like the shell of a man he's been broken down into, he just wilted immediately. You could almost see his spirit shrinking further with each new salvo of emasculation from her acid tongue, and it depressed is just sad to witness how much of a beating the poor sod is taking. Naturally, the language and verbal abuse only gets coarser. In the full scope of the hellacious rant, Prince Harry's mind is, these guys find no other way to word it, battered pretty soundly. Meghan uses the crassest, human-degrading terms imaginable. The footage supposedly indicates that she is hell-bent on crushing any semblance of his pride she hasn't already snuffed out. When you fully assimilate the wantonness of the vileness surrounding you, there's only one major conclusion to draw. Harry and Meghan's marriage, a pure sham of stoic resolve, is cooked at home to the point of hard, compressed exhaustion. There's no political way to come back from the psychic battle required to reconcile two utterly separate people. If there is any shred of self-preservation in him, Harry must grab his children and run for the hills immediately. He must flee by any means before she manages to turn him to one who is, possibly in the hospital, or, God forbid, an early grave. Their unholy union is already past redemption, it is but a merry-go-round of hatred and abuse fueled by the sociopathic need of one party to dominate. With that said, the chances of something snapping in Harry after living as a domesticated hostage for the past few years and allowing him to summon the fortitude to escape solely isn't going to happen. He is so stripped of who he is, his finances, and his remaining family ties. She has him 100% in her grip, and no other escape routes will allow a needlehead of his dignity intact. Hence, realistically, the only method Harry can be rewarded with if his tormented union finishes is if the royal family in England heroically learns of the full degree of his psychological agony and extricates him legally. They would have to reclaim him, Leah Remini style, from the psychological torture dungeon where he imprisoned him. As of this moment, it appears we are looking him in the face becoming yet another heart in a lousy Me Too statistic. It would be a new version stripped of all dignity and human being to the person who knows him bound beneath the distressing yoke of the nescient emotional captor. If the circuits are certainly leaked in their total, unpleasant wonder, even the most senior royals watchers still sympathetic to the Duchess, might have no choice but to withdraw from a train in dismay. What other essential people would support her after verifying such a vile level of male pursuing? If it were the utmost cosmic justice, her horrid monstrosities would be exposed in unfiltered 4K smear, and everyone could get to view the repulsive reality. After several years of smearing the royal family night after night, it indeed feels as if the same immodest censoriousness she personally broke was utilized to uncover the contempt of a vaporizing monster. That's it for our video, my friends. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video. If you haven't done so yet, if you want to be first to be informed about my content, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notifications. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.